All right, I think we are live. Um, I gotta double check on my end, but it's my first time doing a live stream in the new setup, so we'll see how this goes. But let me check on my end. Um, take this out. Okay. Everything looks good, I think. Let me see. Okay, I just got the notification. Okay. I think I think we're good. I gotta listen to let me mute this really quick. I think we're good. I think everything is looking good. Um, yeah, so we have a bunch of stuff today. Let me give you guys a little layout really quick. Nope, this isn't that. Nope. Nope, there we go. Is it this one? Or is it this one? Or is it this one? Or is it this one? It's this one. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out all the kinks to the software, but yeah, I think we're good. Everything is looking good on my end. Let me know in the comments if there is something that's wrong or missing or yeah, okay. So basically today there's just a lot to talk about. So we're going to be just going through and talking about everything. Let me pull up my stream on my iPad so I can see what the chat is saying. Um But yeah, so okay, we are gonna be talking about a bunch of different things today. So much to talk about, so much to do. So we're gonna be starting it off with a little bit of a TIFF recap, kind of finishing off some TIFF coverage. Um, and then I have, and then I have to, what's it called? I want to do some like reactions to basically a bunch of like the shows and stuff that are coming out. We have so many shows dropping. So we're gonna do TIFF recap. Then we're gonna talk about Transformers One. We're gonna talk about some of the Agatha All Along reactions, some reactions to the Penguin series, which drops tomorrow night, I believe. Like the show drops tomorrow night. We're gonna talk about some Batman trilogy stuff, and then finally we're gonna wrap it up with the Mickey 17 trailer. More thoughts on that. Let me unmirror my camera. Maybe that'll help. Okay, let me see how the unmirror looks on my end because I'm a little, again, I'm pretty new to this stuff, so I don't know exactly how it's all going to work. Go this way. Okay. I mean, it's a little off just because it's, I hate when it's mirrored because I can't see like the proper side of my face, but whatever. Anyways, okay. So we have firstly I want to talk about some TIFF stuff. So, okay, there's a lot to talk about. I've already put up the entire ranking of my TIFF, so this isn't like a spoiler or anything. I have the full video up already, but there's a couple movies I just wanted to quickly mention and see if you guys think I should do a full review or what you really like, what the vibes are. You know what I mean? Like, what are we going to what are you going to talk about next, right? So there's a lot of there's so many movies I saw. So first of all, The Life of Chuck. This movie I actually saw at the world premiere. I just talked about it on a podcast like last week, I think. Or no, just 3 days ago. I really enjoyed this movie. I wouldn't say it's amazing, but it did win the TIFF People's Choice Award or people whatever the People's Award is at TIFF, which has a really strong correlation to the Oscars apparently. So it just won that, but it still doesn't have a distributor, which is crazy because it's a Mike Flanagan film. Stars Tom Hiddleston, Mark Hamill, and so many more. And it's like, what are they cooking? Like who's picking this movie up? is it even coming out by the time the Oscars roll around this year? So, like, yeah, I'm like, what are, you know what I mean? What's the vibes with this film? So I feel like honorarily for this discussion, um I could just like make a video, make a review on it. I don't know. If you guys want a review, I could do a review. So I'm gonna move this around and then save. There we go. And then unmirror it. Sorry. I'm still trying to figure all this out. Okay. Does this have horror vibes as it's a Mike Flanagan? It actually is not horror at all whatsoever. Like at all. It's not scary one bit. It's not like regular Mike Flanagan that you know. It's very different than anything Mike Flanagan has ever done. It's so different. Like let's look at it. If we look at his filmography, I'm not a big Mike Flanagan guy. I haven't seen everything, but I know he picked up the new Chris Stuckman movie, so obviously that's big. But yeah, like this is all horror. This is the only not horror thing I'd say in his like recent filmography. It's not scary at all whatsoever. Um, it's so if you guys didn't know, it's basically, I mean, obviously the synopsis is right here, but it is about this guy who's living his life and it's told backwards. It's just really weird. It's not scary at all. It's more like existential, like um what's going on in this world. Like it's the end of the world. Everything is going to shit. And like you're kind of just wondering where do we go from here? And so I'm like, okay, like that's it. Like that's all we really know about this movie. And so it's not, yeah, it's not anything too insane to me. A fun movie though, like not like a solid film, you know. So yeah, let me know in the chat. Do you guys think I should review The Life of Chuck full length video? I have a review for Piece by Piece that'll come out this weekend. I just recorded it yesterday. I'll edit it later today. Um, I wanted to review Conclave, but as you guys might know, if you watched my ranking video, um, yeah, I fell asleep for like 20 minutes of that movie. Did you not review Oddity, by the way? Sorry, off topic. No worries. I actually want to check that movie out, but I never got around to it when it was in theaters. So I might check it out at home. But again, if like I heard such great things, I think it was like a week or two after Long Legs came out, and I was so pissed off about Long Legs because I didn't like it as much as other people. But I want to watch Oddity. I'm not a big horror guy in general, so it's not like, let me look up Oddity. I know what you're talking about. I don't even know where it's streaming. I don't know what the vibes are. Okay, 4 point. Damn. Yeah, people really like this movie. It just I never tapped into it. Um, yeah, I know nothing about this movie, but I heard it was really good, so I want to check it out. One of the scariest experiences of my life. Yeah, I gotta tap in. It's I've heard great things. Just rented it on Prime. Yeah, I might just do that then. I might just have to see it. Check it out at home, watch it with the boys or something. I don't know. Okay. So yeah, let me know in the chat. I mean, obviously, these are all the movies I saw. I reviewed Anora, reviewed Saturday Night, reviewed We Live in Time. Didn't review Friendship because it just got picked up by A24 actually, but I didn't. There's like one picture. Like this is like this picture, this still the only picture I think we have. Um, Let me see. Yeah, we literally there's no other posters. There's nothing else about this movie. Let me see the backdrops. I swear there's nothing else. Yeah, literally the same thing. We have one picture of this entire movie. So maybe when we get more, I mean, I don't think A24 is dropping it this year unless it's like a Thanksgiving movie, but I think they're gonna drop The Brutalist around November time. So they already have The Brutalist. We Live in Time. I don't even know when We Live in Time is coming out. So yeah, they have so many movies. I don't know when Friendship is coming out. Heretic, I saw Heretic. Heretic got a new poster today. Let me change it to that poster. Actually, that poster is really cool. Fuck, they don't even have it on Letterboxd yet. Yeah, they dropped a new poster for Heretic today. They're dropping a new trailer tomorrow. So excited for more people to see that. Already dropped my review on that as well. Eden is actually a review that or a movie that I reviewed. I recorded my review, but I never uploaded it. Have you seen the trailer for Mickey 27? I nearly passed out with excitement. Okay, yeah, I did. I believe it's actually Mickey 17. I dropped a review or a reaction. Yeah, I dropped a reaction yesterday. Dude, I waited all day for this fucking trailer, bro. I was so pissed that they didn't drop it at 9 in the morning. Yeah, I was feeding for it all day long. So happy that we finally got it. So happy that it actually exists. Yeah, I really liked it. I really liked the trailer. It's on my list of things to talk about. Like I have it, like we're gonna talk about it later, but it's the last thing I'm gonna talk about just because um there's so many other things to talk about today. But yeah, that shit is so hype. It's so fun. Again I want to say my thoughts on it for the end of the live because we have so much to talk about. But yeah, so I also reviewed The Substance, which I really enjoyed. I haven't reviewed The Wild Robot, which comes out next week. It was kind of between Piece by Piece or The Wild Robot, and I feel like my thumbnail for Piece by Piece is just way more fun. So, um, yeah, I can give you guys a little sneak peek at the thumbnail if I have it downloaded already. Do I have it? I do. Yeah, this is my thumbnail for Piece by Piece. It's bad, guys. I was not a fan of it. I don't know. I only went with to the screening with one other friend at TIFF, and I know a lot of people that like I saw a lot of movies with a lot of people at TIFF. This was not one of them. I saw this with one other person. Anyways, so yeah, it was kind of between The Wild Robot um and Piece by Piece for video, and Piece by Piece doesn't come out for another like 3 weeks. So I was like, let me just do Piece by Piece. I saw Baby Girl as well. Recorded a review for that one, but I'll just review it right here really quick for you guys. It's an interesting film, but it's about women in power and then like the abuse of power that women have and the abuse of power that men have. And yeah, it's just like it's like about like gender roles in society and how it's evolved and stuff like that. And it's cool and all. But the best part of this, like the most interesting part of this movie is literally Nicole Kidman and the relationship between her and Harris Dickinson, which is just straight about sex. So it's like not, you know what I mean? Like the movie feels like it's going against what it's trying to say. And that's why the movie works is because it's going against what it's trying to say, but I don't think that's the point. I don't think so. Um, do you enjoy watching movies solo? I've been watching nearly everything with my friends recently, and I love that experience. But as a result, it makes solo watching a lot less fun for me. Well, the thing is, I have to watch movies by myself because I watch so many movies. But the thing is, like, I'd say I didn't watch all of the movies on this at TIFF with my friends, but I saw most of them either with like next to friends or in the same theater as a friend. And so afterwards we could still talk about it. My favorite part about the movie watching experience is not necessarily watching a movie with friends because like unless it's like honestly Heretic out of all of these, like Heretic's a good one to watch with the boys. Friendship is a good one to watch with friends. Substance would be fun to watch with friends. I saw that with one of my friends. Night Bitch would be just because it's so weird. Saturday Night is a good one to watch with friends. But it's like you don't need to watch movies. I don't need to watch movies with friends just because I am not like, especially at a film festival, like no one's really like laughing out loud and stuff like that. So it's a little it just kind of depends who you are. You know what I mean? It kind of depends your style of movie watching. For me personally, I enjoy watching movies with my friends on like Friday nights at the theater near my school or whatever. So like that's fun, but at film festivals it's just a different experience. Um anyways, yeah, so I talked about The Life of Chuck. I do want to I feel like I should review that movie, but maybe it's a little too late. I feel like I could have reviewed it like earlier this week. No, was it late last week? I think it was like Saturday or Sunday when I got the People's Choice Award at TIFF. So I think I might have missed out on that time frame already. And then we have Nutcrackers, which is a fun watch. It's getting dropped. I think it just got acquired by Hulu or something. So that's an interesting one. I enjoyed the movie. Then we got Queer, which I already reviewed on the channel. I the Executioner, which I just don't think my audience would really enjoy conversation about that movie. Um, Will and Harper, Cloud, which is Kurosawa's newest movie. This one I just wasn't really. I don't know. It's like this is my first Kurosawa movie, which I have. Let me just grab it really quick for you guys. I have Cure. I have Cure on. By the way, it took me way too long to fucking find that movie. I have Cure on Criterion. Still haven't seen it though, so that's I've been waiting to like sit down and watch the movie. But saw Cure or want to watch Cure. Haven't seen it yet though. But yeah, this is my first Cure Saw movie. Um, the poster for let me pull up the poster. This is actually really funny. Yeah, this shit does look like Tom Holland low-key, like on a smaller poster. Yeah, I mean, I think Harris Dickinson is great in the movie though. He's really great, and I loved him in The Iron Claw and A Triangle of Sadness. Did you see Speak No Evil? I did see it. I saw it last week. I actually really enjoyed it. I have this is my review. I enjoyed Speak No Evil. As much as I hated watching the trailers for this movie, and the best part of walking out of this movie was the fact that I'd never have to see the trailer again. I really enjoyed it. It works for what it's trying to be. It's not it's not amazing by any means, but I still really, really like James McAvoy is always going to be great. He always plays these characters like to literal perfection. And then like I think the rest of the cast is also great. Let me see who else is in it. There's a girl from I think yeah, is this Mackenzie Davis? Yeah, Blade Runner 2049. That's what I know her from. And then this guy is hilarious. I fucking love this guy. But yeah, Speak No Evil, I thought it was fun. I know. I know. I heard it was trash too. I didn't see this opening weekend or I saw opening weekend. I saw like Sunday night, I think, or Monday night. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I didn't think it was amazing, but I think people are shitting on it just because it's like they're just tired of the trailers, but I enjoyed it. But yeah, kind of wrapping up the TIFF stuff. Night Bitch, which I have a full review on. It's a movie for sure. Piece by piece, again, review will be dropping this week. Yeah, in like 2-3 days. And then On Swift Horses, bad movie, not a good movie. And then Conclave, I fell asleep during this movie. I fell asleep for like 20 minutes. I enjoyed what I saw of it though. A lot of my friends enjoyed it that I saw it with. But yeah, I fell asleep, so I can't review that. But yes, so let's see. I saw Beetlejuice in 4DX. It was so much damn fun. Solid 8. I really enjoyed Beetlejuice as well. I didn't see it in 4DX. I actually wanted to, but I got invited to a press screening like 2 days before so they had early screenings in 4DX like on Wednesday, but I saw it Monday night and I was like, fuck, I kind of want to wait because I don't want to watch it twice, but I was like, I want to wait. But then I was like, if I see it Wednesday night in 4DX, I was leaving for TIFF that Thursday morning at like 4 in the morning. So I was like, fuck that. I cannot be asked. So yeah, and I want to get my short review out. Honestly, after post TIFF, I'm kind of locked in. Like I'm like really a lot of great movies coming out. I've kind of found a new style for the reviews. Like I don't really care to make reviews over 8 minutes just for mid-roll ads because I used to do that. Like I used to just like I had enough content for 8 minutes, but the videos just wouldn't do good because like the content itself wasn't engaging enough for like a 10-minute video. And so I kind of toned it back. Like all my TIFF videos and then a little, not all of them, but like most of my TIFF videos and then some of the ones like after that, they've been pretty concise with what I'm trying to say just because I'd rather just people hear my thoughts than be turned off by like a fucking 15-minute video of me talking. And so and then I also do like shorts and stuff like that as well. So like it lets me talk about everything I want to. Would you recommend going to TIFF for a regular person that doesn't do reviews? Hell yeah, dude. Okay, so if you look at the list of stuff that I saw, Anora, you could have seen Anora at TIFF. Okay. Here's the thing, Jeffrey. Depends where you live because if you live in Toronto, 100%. If you don't live in Toronto, if you could take like a day trip, like so for New York Film Festival, I didn't apply for press, but I wanted to go to watch The Brutalist because I didn't get to see it at TIFF. I was just way too tired. I skipped out on the press screening. And so I was like, okay, do I take a day trip and go and just buy a ticket? First of all, they were sold out of tickets, which was fucking the sign from above that I shouldn't spend $150 to just watch The Brutalist. But yeah, I mean, dude, Saturday night, We Live in Time, Friendship, Heretic, Eden, The Substance. I wouldn't say any of my top 6 are worth the worth the plane trip, but Anora 100%. Like, you could spend, like, a day or 2 there, stay in an Airbnb that's, like, 20 minutes away, 20-minute walk, and you can walk 20 minutes. Like, 20 minutes in Toronto is not that in downtown Toronto is not that bad. Um and this year was my first year at TIFF. I absolutely splurged on the hotel. I stayed in the nice ass Pres hotel. That's the only reason I got so many videos out to you guys is because between movies, I was going back to the hotel, making videos, editing, and then going back to another movie, and then just repeating that process for like 7 days straight. And so that's the only reason I was getting out videos. Like one day, I think I uploaded 2 videos, but other than that, like I think the first Thursday and Friday I didn't upload or I only uploaded 1. And then every day after that, I was uploading 1 video a day, which like for me is a lot just because it takes me so long to edit. But obviously I also made the videos a little bit more concise and try to just get straight thoughts out there rather than like just expanding it to fluff up, you know? Yeah, I'm going to root for McAvoy's villain because I can't handle the emotional impact of rooting for the family again. I mean, okay, here's the thing. Speaking of evil, I really liked how never mind. Actually, I don't want to spoil the movie for people that haven't seen it. I was gonna spoil that movie so hard. Anyways, 40X was hilarious and cheesy, but very fun. Yeah, I've seen the trailer for Beetlejuice like 7 times in 40X because when I first moved back to school, I went to 40 like in like late August. I think I watched like 4 movies in 40X just for fun. Um, anyways, we're gonna move away from the TIFF stuff. Next thing I want to talk about is Transformers 1, which officially comes out in theaters tomorrow night. There have been so many early screenings for this movie. I got to see it on Sunday, I believe. Sunday or I think it was Sunday. Um, yeah, I really, really did like this movie. My full review is out now. Um, yes, so my full review is out now. I really enjoyed this movie. I think I think it's so great, guys. Like I say so great, but I didn't think it was like the best thing in the world ever. Like I still gave it like a 7 out of 10, but I really enjoyed big parts of this film. I'll pause it on my score. Yeah, so I did give it a 7. I really enjoyed it. I'm not a big Transformers guy. I've never been like, the Bay movies to me are cool and all, but they've never been like, I never grew up with them or anything like that, and so Transformers 1 to me really felt like a let's bring it back to the core of what fans want, and again, this is coming from someone who's not, like, a lifelong fan, so I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I haven't been sitting here, like, researching on the lore of Transformers and I don't play the video games on the side. Like there's so many comments on this video that are like, "Oh, if you want real Transformers, if you want real lore, if you want some real stuff, go play the video game." I'm like, I'm that's a deep cut for me because I don't know anything. I didn't even know there were Transformers video games to be honest with you. So, yeah, I mean, they're probably for Xbox 360 like back in the day, like Transformers Dark of the Moon back in the day type of thing. But um I really enjoyed Transformers 1 for what it was, and I really, really did like how it sets up this new world. I don't wanna spend too long talking about it just because obviously I have a 6-minute review up on it already on the channel, so go check that out if you haven't already, but, um, yeah, I really enjoyed it. Let's check out the Rotten Tomatoes. Uh, Transformers 1. Oh, also, while I'm looking this up, let me know in the chat, guys, if you guys want more live streams like this. Thought I'd just shoot one out there today because there's no new movie this week that I have to see. So I was like, I got time. Let's do a little. There's stuff to talk about, so let's do a little live stream. But yeah, let me know in the chat if you guys like these and if you guys want more of them. Like basically, like not weekly, unless you want weekly, bi-weekly live streams where I just talk about like a bunch of news and you know what I mean? Just go through all the things. Like, as you can see, I have hella tabs open. Like, there's a lot of stuff to talk about this week. So, whenever we have stuff to talk about, I'd love to talk about it. Anyways, Transformers 1, 90% on Rotten Tomatoes with 71 reviews. I'm not a big fan of Rotten Tomatoes, to be completely honest with you, just because I don't like the rating system. But it's cool to see 90%. It's pretty nice. What are the other Transformers movies at? I don't know, but I don't even care to check. Anyways, yeah, Transformers 1, solid movie, solid movie. Okay, so now let's talk about some Agatha all along initial reaction. So we're going to talk about Agatha and then we're also going to talk about the Penguin just because there's so much to talk about. We have two brand new shows this week. I believe Agatha drops tonight as of like you guys who are watching this live, it comes out tonight. And then the Penguin comes out tomorrow as of watching this live. Tomorrow night at 9 p.m. So I will not be reviewing I will not be reviewing Agatha weekly. Like I might do like a short or something every week, but I will probably be doing a full length review if there's enough people talking about it. Like I could have definitely done a full length review for the Acolyte. I definitely should have done that just because people were shitting on it so much. But for Agatha, let me know in the chat like what kind of coverage you guys would like on it. But I definitely can't do weekly. And then we'll get to the Penguin in a second. But yeah, let's. I just pulled up this mega thread on Reddit because I feel like this brings together all the thoughts. Collider, they said the first four Agatha All Along episodes are a strong sequel to WandaVision as they have their own identity. The songs are great. Catherine Hahn and Aubrey Plaza's dynamic is electric. Deborah Jo Rupp brings the laughs, but this is the scariest MCU project to date. Weekly theories are back. Okay. Weekly theories, I don't know if that's a great sign, guys, because what, like, you know what I mean? Like, what are, I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing or not because I feel like the best thing about WandaVision for a lot of the runtime was weekly theories. Then you get to the end and you're like, holy shit, this was really underwhelming. And I feel like saying weekly theories, I'm like, this is not a great sign. I don't know how well this is going to end up. But anyways, comicbook.com, Agatha All Along has a slow start but gets rolling by episode two's end. It's more mature and spookier than expected. Stakes. Catherine Hahn and Aubrey Plaza are fantastic, especially together. I feel the middle may be redundant, but I hope it stays so engaging and fun. Enjoy the first four. Okay. So it does look like obviously they showed first four episodes, and I think that's cool and all, but that's kind of the trend with all of the Marvel Disney Plus stuff is, hey guys, we showed you the first four episodes because we are really confident in the first four episodes. And then the last four episodes or five episodes, I think this one's going to be five because I think it's 9 episodes total. They're like, okay, those are going to be mid as fuck. I think that's going to be the case. I don't want to call it out. I don't want to call it out just because I don't want to manifest that, but okay, let's skip down to something a little more negative. I'm kidding. Okay, we'll do the Hollywood handle. Agatha All Along starts slowly with the first two episodes similar to WandaVision start, but once the witches begin their journey on the witches' road, it begins to kick off. It might not be as twisted as the marketing makes it out to be, but it's still creepy and eerie with not only its visuals, but the wicked performances that are provided by both Catherine Hahn and Aubrey Plaza, who went on screen to outperform the rest. The set design is amazing and adds to the effect of the show with practical effects to help match it. Damn, I can't read. Christopher Beck returns from WandaVision as a composer and helps bring the Witch's Road to life with his horrific score. While the first two episodes might not be enough to get people hooked, the third episode will for sure have people wanting more of Agatha and her coven. Okay, so it seems like episode 2 is going to be kind of the like let's lock in type of thing. And I think I'm thinking the first two episodes will kind of be like as not generic, but super out there and I guess ominous, like an ominous aura about it, like the first two episodes of WandaVision. But I think it's not going to, my prediction is that it's not going to work for Agatha because it doesn't have the same intrigue as WandaVision. Like, first of all, Wanda is an A-list character in the MCU, in my opinion, at least for me personally. Like, Wanda is A1 in terms of if you hear Wanda's in a project, you're like, damn, I'm tapping. Like, that's enough to make you tap in. But that was also the first project that the MCU had since like the whole pandemic, like 2 years, I think. And so, you have that intrigue, you have that interest. I don't think this is gonna do that, but then obviously it seems like the third episode he'll have twists and stuff like that. That works. Um I'm trying to find something negative because everyone's just dick riding it. Oh my god. This is all like insane glaze. What? I'm a hella confused. Okay, so like nothing negative about it. Cool, guys. Like maybe I'm missing it. Maybe someone in the chat can point it out to me. I think I'm missing it. Like I don't know where. Is there anything negative here? What? Okay, let me just look it up on Twitter then. Holy shit. I'm like, come on, bro. Dude, everyone is just glazing. Come on. Oh, okay. First of all, interesting. They're dropping 2 episodes at the end. That's that's really weird because I don't think they've ever done that. I don't think that's a good. Oh, maybe they want it to end on Halloween. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Okay. So, I don't think I've seen a single negative review. We're just gonna I I don't know how to react because what the f what? Let's see. No, let's see. Agatha all along review negative. I hate to be like the spreader of bad news and stuff like that, but what the hell? Okay. Okay, maybe I'll do this. Okay, it says after fun started slow, it doesn't take itself or its characters seriously. Not a good sign. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop being a hater because most of these reactions, again, we don't put too much, don't put too many of your chips on these initial reactions, but um, maybe I can just be happy for the show instead of being a hater. Anyways, let's look at some of the Penguin initial reactions. The show drops in just a day or two here. Super excited for it. I'll be doing full coverage on the Penguin actually. So I plan to do weekly episode reviews. I'm doing a full podcast um on the Penguin. Let me share with you guys third thoughts. There we go. So yeah, this is the pod. If you guys didn't know, yeah, we're back. We're back. So this is the pod. Y'all gotta tap in if you guys haven't already. But we're gonna be doing full coverage on the Penguin for the first 2 episodes. So the first episodes are gonna come out Thursday. We're gonna drop a podcast Thursday night / Friday morning, and then I'm gonna be dropping a video, like a short review every single week for the Penguin, and at the very end I'll be doing a full review for the Penguin series like I do for um a lot of other, you know what I mean, like a lot of other uh like, sorry, I don't know how to describe it, like all the other like TV show reviews I've done. I'm gonna do something like that, but I'm also gonna be doing like a Batman universe type of video after as well, like the Batman theory videos. So just because it'll probably lead into something regarding the Batman too. So I want to do a review for the Penguin and then also a review for, or like a future, looking into the future type of thing. And that one I might just include my podcast host in as well, because we might just make that a podcast episode. So I'll just make that a podcast episode into a video. Are you going to do any retroactive reviews? I'd love to hear your take on things like Burning, Parasite, Annihilation, but I understand they would slow your content down during award season. So I probably won't do like full retroactive reviews. I actually want to check out Burning, by the way. I have it wish listed on Amazon Prime. I've been wanting to watch that movie for so long. Parasite, obviously, I absolutely love that movie right there. But I do want to do, like, after Best Picture this year, I'll do a tier list of the Best Picture winners from the 2020s, and I'll watch every single one of them, make sure I've seen all of them, and then I'll do a tier list of all of them, something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I want to do something Oscars related this year that's not just, um, like, not just about the like nominations, because I did a nominations reaction last year and that was fun. It didn't do great, but I had fun with it because that was the last year. Oh, and I also did a ranking of all of the best picture nominees because I saw all of them in theaters, which is absolutely absurd. I'm so happy I got to do that. But yeah, so I'm gonna do a probably ranking of best pictures of this year, like the nominations of the 2025 Oscars. But after the Oscars, after we find the best picture winner, I'm gonna do a tier list of all of the best picture winners in the 2020s. Also, it was hard last year because I was at South by Southwest the night of the Oscars. I believe I was watching I Saw the TV Glow. So yeah, I was gonna cover more Oscar stuff, but the Oscar nominations video didn't do that well, so I was like, I don't want to skip I Saw the TV Glow for this, and so for the Oscars, and so I was like, okay, it's not really worth. Like I Saw the TV Glow video did well too. That's the thing. So I was like, let me just priorities. You know what I mean? Priorities. Anyways, yeah. So Penguin reviews. Penguin reviews. Tomato meter 90%, number of reviews 59, average rating 8 out of 10, not 7.9, 7.9. I was rounding up because I'm happy, but we'll go 7.9 out of 10. All right. So sample reviews, NPR positive. I'm here to tell you, and no one is more surprised than me. I assure you that if you skipped the Penguin, you'd be making a big mistake and missing out on one of the best television series of the year. Okay. This year, I've seen a decent amount of TV. You guys know me. I've been reviewing more TV than I have the last couple of years. But um the only big one I'm missing that's like on my list is Shogun, which I'm gonna get to before the end of the year so I can do a ranking. But of all the great TV shows, because Shogun won like fucking 18 Emmys. So I feel like I have to watch it. But I have no doubts that I'm gonna love the Penguin because I love the Batman universe so much. And so like this type of stuff just makes me extra happy because I know I'm already gonna love it, but seeing other people love it makes me even happier, you know? Okay. 3 out of 5 from the Daily Telegraph. The dourness is exhausting and the pace is creeping. For all Farrell and Maloney, Milotin, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I'm so sorry. Efforts. The spinoff is not quite worth anyone getting their flippers in a twist over. Okay. I also understand that. I think if you're maybe not as invested in the world and you're not necessarily as engaged in what's going on, and you don't find the pace of a crime thriller in Gotham, if you don't find that interesting, it's going to drag so much. And so that's my main worry for this show is that, especially after watching that first trailer, it kind of just seems like a lower budget version of the Batman and like the Gotham that we've seen. So I think if it doesn't bring me back into that world right away, it's going to drag. Like there's no way that it doesn't drag if it kind of just feels like a Dollar Tree version of the Batman movie. So um, I think being able to build out these sets, being able to create concise character interactions, and building out this world in a dialogue driven way rather than a set piece driven way, which is what I think the Batman 2 will do. You just can't really do that in a TV series, especially one as risky for HBO as the Penguin, because you don't really know where this universe is going, which we'll talk about later, obviously. Um, did you review that most recent Batman film, by the way? I thought it was extremely good. Yeah, The Batman. Um, Absolutely fucking love this movie. If this is the most recent Batman movie we're talking about, yes. I've talked so much. I don't know how new you are to the channel. I'm so locked into the Batman. Like I don't think you get it, bro. I'm like I might be the number one. Okay, I can't say I'm the number one fan because I'm not like I just tapped into the comics and stuff. But I'm so locked in the game. I'm so excited for the Batman Part 2. Um yeah, no, it's a generational stuff. I absolutely love it. So I did review it way back when it came out. I just dropped the Batman video about 2 weeks ago or 2.5 weeks ago before I went to TIFF. I did a Batman theory video where I got the popcorn bucket, the Bat Signal popcorn bucket, which is sitting over there. I'm not going to go grab it right now, but you know, that whole video, it's a vlog, theory video, whatever. So go check that out like 2.5 weeks ago. So maybe like 7, 8 videos. I actually don't know how many videos ago it was just because I made so many videos at TIFF. Anyways, okay. Variety. They leaned positive. A masterful examination of criminality. The show is twisted, disturbing, and deeply enthralling. Okay. I wonder what is the Penguin maturity rating. What is the rating? Okay, TVMA. Okay. Um Incredibly violent and dark. Okay, so they said okay, they didn't describe why. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, Reeves has always been pushing for something a little bit more obviously grounded and gory, but I also think this is like, okay, we have like if we're doing a like underworld of Gotham, it kind of has to be like that. So I'm not surprised. I was just wondering because I never saw any news about it or anything. And it obviously was big news if the Batman was going to be PG-13 or rated R. So, okay, IndieWire B minus superhero spinoff serving as the Trumpian allegory at all it's worth appreciating as Farrell as is Farrell burying his disarming charms behind 50 pounds of latex without concealing his considerable talents. Basically just glazing Colin Farrell, which I totally understand. Okay, negative from the Hollywood Reporter. Like entirely too many shows of this type, it treats us to cycles of colorful threats, sadistic torture, predictable betrayals, and subsequent body disposals, delivered with professional polish but not enough creativity. Okay, so looks like it's not pushing any bounds when it comes to this world. That's what I think they're trying to say. Um, I feel like the Netflix Daredevil was TVMA too. Yeah, I mean it was 100%. But that's the thing is, I don't know if it's going that direction of TVMA, which according to the Hollywood Reporter review, it kind of does. It says colorful threats, sadistic torture. I've never heard that about a Batman project, which is kind of cool to me. But maybe that's just intriguing to me and not them. But yeah, Daredevil was definitely TVMA. I don't know if it's going to be as bloody or gory as the Daredevil show, but that's a good sign. All right, let's I want to find another negative one. Okay, the Rolling Stone. All that latex prevents Farrell from accessing his innate charisma, and it's a mob drama with a lot of carnage, but lacking a compelling or complex enough character at the center of all of its mayhem. Okay, so I think obviously the main reason for this show is I think the biggest one as a fan of the Batman, right? And again, I can 100% confirm I am biased in this way. I think the main point is okay, sorry, yeah, I completely no, it's Colin Farrell. Did I say Will Ferrell? Or maybe I don't know if I said Will Ferrell. I just saw a Will Ferrell movie like 3 days ago at TIFF. So I've been saying Will Ferrell a lot. But yeah, Colin Farrell. Sorry about that. I cannot believe I mixed that up. Anyways, yeah, so I think the biggest thing with Colin Farrell's performance is like, okay, we're really trying to build out this world of Gotham. And I think that is the baseline reasoning for this show. But you just use Colin Farrell's Penguin at the base of all of it to kind of be like, okay, we have this character from the first film that we didn't get to explore much. He had 3 or 4 scenes, and we just want to expand upon him, but we're going to use this time to expand upon him, but also more so the world. So yeah. All right, New Musical Express. This one's a little, it says 4 out of 5, but it seems a little mixed. The pacing can also be sluggish with an overly talky first episode dragging at 66 minutes. Yet things pick up after that, and what carries the Penguin is the richness of its characters and the complexity of its storytelling. So one of my biggest kind of like worries about the Penguin was that there wasn't going to be enough stories parallel to one another going on all the time. I really was worried that it was going to be like one main Penguin storyline, one Falcone storyline of the kids, and then they kind of clash once in a while throughout the series. Seems like there's going to be a lot of different storytelling. And I'm actually really excited for the overly talky first episode. I'm actually really interested to see what they explore in this world because I feel like obviously the Batman was very dialogue driven, but it was also very like body language driven, but like a super talky, like political crime drama thriller sounds so cool to me in the Batman world. Like we have never gotten something like that. Um, and this is also, if I'm not mistaken, like correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but this is our first ever spin-off in any Batman world that is just like the true purpose of it is to expand this world. Like that is really what it's trying to do. It's trying to expand the underground elements, the criminal elements, the Arkham elements. Like we've had Gotham, which is cool, but that's its own thing. It's not a spin-off of something. It's not adding depth to another world. We've had spin-offs of like, okay, like you have Batman v Superman, you have Zack Snyder's Justice League, like you're building out a universe. But again, we've never had a spin-off in a Batman world. This is the first of its kind, and that's so cool to me. Very, very excited. I'd argue Joker was the first. Okay, but the thing is, Joker's not expanding a world that we already know. And I'd agree, humanize Gotham's crime element. 100% agree. But to me, Joker wasn't like, okay, it's different if it was like a Joker movie in the DCEU where we know the Batman, where we know the parents of Bruce, I'm forgetting their name, Martha and fuck, I forgot his name. Yeah, but Martha and her husband, I can't believe I'm blanking on his name. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if it was expanding on the world, I'd understand what you're saying. But the Penguin is the first one, to me at least, that feels like, okay, we're making this show just to give you more of this world. So that by the time we get to the Batman part two, which obviously I think story elements will kind of lead into it, but I also don't think that they want to like super, super hand in hand. Like, I don't think it's like, I think it'll be more similar to like, let's say how WandaVision is to Multiverse of Madness. I think it'll be more similar to how Gen V season 1 is to The Boys season 4. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be directly hand in hand like WandaVision and Multiverse of Madness, which is what you'd expect from a show going into a movie. But obviously Gen V and The Boys is a show going into a show. I think this will be a show going into a movie, but it'll still be a little bit standing on its own, you know? But I think, oh, this is the last one I want to read just because it feels a little brutal to me. Kind of like Andor was for Star Wars. Yes, I agree. Yeah, and Arpit, you are right. Actually, it is Thomas and Martha Wayne. That flows. I don't know how I was forgetting that. But yeah, kind of how Andor was for Star Wars. I agree. Actually, yeah, you're right. We've definitely seen it in Star Wars. Only difference is though Star Wars is such a big world that I think it slightly loses importance, even though I absolutely love Andor. Andor is like the best Star Wars project of all time, in my opinion. We could do a whole Star Wars stream. That's for another time. But yeah, kind of how Andor was for Star Wars. But yeah, last review I want to talk about, beyond the trailer, they leaned positive. They said starts off slow but masterful by the end. Not sure how it will play as a weekly release, but an amazing binge. Great to see Matt Reeves, Lauren Frank, and Colin Farrell not turn Penguin into an anti-hero, but the most vile villain we've seen in a while. What the fuck? Because I guess I just wasn't ready for the brutality of this. Like, I've never been one. I wanted brutality in the Batman originally, like back in the day, like a year and a half before its release. I was like, oh my god, like I want some brutal shit. I want some blood. But then I saw the Batman. I was like, damn, it was kind of like it was weird in like an unsettling, gory, like it didn't necessarily need to have blood, but it's just like irky. You know what I mean? And I think the Penguin's gonna go blood plus irky, which I absolutely love. And we have a few more I wanted to go over really quickly. Let me get some water. Yeah, let me get some water really quick, and then I have a couple more reviews I want to go through, and then an article, and then Mickey 17 trailer stuff. So we're almost wrapped up here, but there's a lot to talk about still. All right. The Penguin is already certified fresh at 91%. Colin Farrell's Penguin is being called one of the best comic book villain performances ever, described as an intense, brutal crime thriller and one of the greatest comic book TV shows. Variety, a masterful examination of criminality. The Penguin is twisted, disturbing, and deeply enthralling. I've seen all 8 episodes, and I'm calling it now. People will love The Penguin. It's dense, dark, funny, extremely well acted, subtle enough to draw comparisons to The Sopranos, but wild enough to belong in the Batman universe. It rushes in places, but overall a rock-solid show. This is probably my favorite review of the entire series. It's not like this is the greatest thing ever. Like, it's not glazing like I'm gonna glaze the show, but it is it is very like, gives us its flowers, but it does have problems. This is also one of the hardest headlines I've ever heard for this show. Colin Farrell makes the Penguin into one of the greatest villains ever seen in a comic book, movie, or TV series. He'll make you sympathize with Oz before you witness him commit a monstrous evil act. Come on. What more could you want? This is so cool to me. And then the final review from High Top. Finish the Penguin, masterful. Gonna make a video soon. Can't say much, but Warner Brothers should continue to put all their chips on the Reeves Batman world. So deliriously twisted and adult, crafted with palpable emotion from everyone involved. All right, so kind of wraps up our thoughts on the Penguin, but I do want to talk about the Batman trilogy stuff before we wrap up with Mickey 17 stuff. Um, because we have Okay, wait. I actually, I want to talk about this headline too. Actually, in just a second here, I'm going to open it up in a different tab though. We'll talk about this after the John Watts stuff. But Matt Reeves on plans to do the Batman trilogy. It's sticking very closely to the path that we envisioned. Um, Okay, so basically, for a little bit of context, I mean, I feel like everyone knows this, but for a little bit of context, obviously there was a trilogy planned. We didn't know if it was exactly a trilogy or more than that. We were all kind of hoping it was going to be more than that, like 4, maybe 5 movies, 2, maybe 3, 4 spinoffs. But with the DC universe, the whole James Gunn thing, I believe the Penguin was filming or just wrapped or something along those lines. It kind of it kind of felt like, okay, James Gunn is gonna still let Matt Reeves do his own thing because it's like it's literally poised as one of the greatest comic book projects ever. But James Gunn is also needs to use Superman in his DC universe. I don't know if they're gonna use him as deeply. Like, I don't know. We don't know what they're doing really. Like, we know they're doing Brave and the Bold probably, but we don't know really what they're doing, what they're executing with it. It seems like we're gonna get more Green Lantern news and like it feels like Batman's kind of on the back burner for the DC universe, but I'm kind of happy about that. Like, we've had no rumors, nothing about that. We've only heard stuff about Superman and then Green Lantern stuff now, like Hal Jordan, all the stuff with Josh Brolin. Like, there's so much rumors and stuff, but it's not about Batman. It's been strictly about other characters, which sounds good to me because I just want more of the Batman universe. Anyways, Matt Reeves is reassuring DC fans that the plan for the Batman with Robert Pattinson in the titled role was envisioned as a trilogy. The filmmaker said that the Batman 2 and the HBO series The Penguin are all part of his vision for the Batman universe he created. Yes, that is still the plan. Reeves told Collider about making the Batman trilogy. I mean, it's sticking very closely to the path that we envisioned. Um, so yeah, so this one, this is kind of the main part that I want to talk about just because obviously we know that they're still doing the Batman too. Like, that is deep into pre-production. They're filming very soon, like next year. So that's all locked in. But my question is like the spin-offs, like where are we going from here? I want more stuff in the world. I don't want prequel stuff necessarily, but I wouldn't mind seeing like someone threw out the idea of a Harvey Dent fucking court drama, HBO court drama. Like, I'm so tapped in the game. But this quote really solidified my, I guess, my like hype and belief of like, okay, we're still sticking to Matt Reeves' vision, and this James Gunn thing isn't taking away from it as much as I thought it would. Things kind of shifted. So when we came up with the idea to do the Penguin, that was something where I always had intended to continue the Penguin story and wanted to tell the story of his beginning of his rise to power, Reeves said, because we know that he's introduced in the Batman as kind of a mid-level, sort of overlooked, mocked figure who's not yet in anyone's eyes the Kingpin that we come to know him as in the lore. He continued, and so that was deliberate because I wanted, whereas it wasn't Batman's origin story, I wanted the origin stories of these other characters of the Rogues Gallery, and that story was originally going to be the entree into the next movie. So it says that story was originally going to be the entree into the next movie. I think, and this is what I was saying earlier about leading the Penguin into the Batman. I don't know if they're really going to set it up bar for bar. Like, I don't like, I think that was originally the plan. Not necessarily like, oh, let's have Batman in it, and then they scrap that idea. I think Bruce Wayne or Batman will probably be in the series. Obviously, you guys can see right here, Penguin creators on why Robert Pattinson's Batman won't appear in the HBO series. Blah, 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 blah. Yap, yap, yap. I think that we're either going to get Batman or Bruce Wayne in the series. If we don't, I won't be mad. But I still think, like, story-wise, it does make sense, opposed from me just fiending for some more Pattinson Batman. Um, but yeah, I'm very interested to see how they lead into the next film because we know that if I'm not mistaken, this takes place a week. It's either, yeah, I think it's a week after the first film and then 2 weeks before the second film. And so this is like right after election time. Matt Reeves did confirm that the Batman part 2 will be taking place in in the wintertime, which is also really big. And so, yeah, I'm super excited to see where we go from here. And then I did want to mention this one, the Gentleman Ghost thing. I'm trying to find the exact. Okay, yeah, so this one. Reeves continued. It doesn't mean that you won't see characters that people love. That's exactly what we want to do. Gentleman Ghost is probably pushed a bit too far for us to be able to find a way to do, but there's a fun way to think about how we would take these characters and that might push over a bit into the fantastical and find a way to make sense of that. So for me, this one's really interesting because if you guys saw my review for Batman Cape Crusader, which if you haven't already, check it out. It's one of my favorite TV show reviews that I've done of the entire year. Absolutely loved that series. But the way that they executed Gentleman Ghost and Clayface, I really enjoyed how they did it. Gentleman Ghost was still very, very fantastical. Like they did not shy away from the fantastical element of that at all. But Clayface, they did more of like I think it's Golden Age. I don't know for sure. I just heard that term thrown around on Twitter about how Mavericks can execute Clayface. So correct me if I'm wrong, chat. But um, yeah, I think Gentleman Ghost isn't that crazy. Like like it would look a little goofy, but I think it's fine. Anyways, I do want to talk about this. This is pretty much breaking news, as in like maybe an hour ago. Oh, 9:13 a.m. Actually, I fucking lied. It was like 5 hours ago. But um, okay, so here's here's my thing with this. So I just had to think about it for a second because I had to kind of get my timeline together. So Matt Reeves, big stuff for Marvel and Disney, right? He's done some big stuff. Um, I believe that he's working on Star Wars projects, and I think that's why he's not doing the new Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man 4. I don't think this necessarily means he's committing to like Spider-Man or anything like that. Like I think Dustin Daniel Cretton, director of Shang-Chi, is like that's who they're saying is going to be directing Spider-Man. I'm not a big fan of John Watts. I haven't seen his new movie Wolves. I plan to see it whenever it comes out. Apple TV movie with George Clooney, Brad Pitt. Interested to see how that movie is executed. I'm just not a big fan of his take on Spider-Man, which how much of it really is his take on Spider-Man and what Kevin Feige and Disney and Marvel wanted him to do with Spider-Man. So how much can I really blame him? I'm going to blame him a little bit though, because who else do I blame? Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see what this first look kind of deals with specifically in terms of, okay, is he working on Secret Wars stuff? Is he working on Doomsday stuff? Is he just going to be a writer for Disney and for Marvel and kind of help out on the Spider-Man end of that? Is he going to just produce Spider-Man 4? Because it seems like they're still going the multiversal route. Like they're not. Originally, this was supposed to be Spider-Man 4 was supposed to be a, hey, let's make it grounded. Kingpin, Daredevil, and then all the Doomsday stuff, and they're rushing to finish it up. And so, like, I get why they're rushing to finish it up, but it's also like, guys, what? Come on, you know what I mean? Like, why? So Dustin Daniel Cretton's a good pick. I just don't really know what this first look deal is dealing with. Anyways, last thing I want to talk about, Mickey 17. Man, okay. People are probably tired of me talking about this movie, but I'm so excited for it. I'm just gonna spend like 2 or 3 minutes talking about it, and then we'll wrap up the stream. But yeah, Mickey 17 trailer looks absolutely amazing. I've been rewatching it constantly, like literally all day, since last night when it dropped. Let me give you guys a little story time, right? Imagine waking up at like 9 a.m. yesterday. By the way, I went to sleep at like 5 a.m. I was like, okay, let me wake up for this trailer, drop the trailer reaction. Because normally, you guys know, I don't know if you guys are new to the channel. I don't know how many of you guys have been watching for however long you've been watching. I used to do trailer reactions a lot, like a lot, a lot. Like in high school, I used to like leave class, record trailer reactions in the hallway, and then go back to class and edit it on my phone. Like I used to be tapped in the game, but I stopped doing trailer reactions because it's just like I didn't really have trailers to give thoughts on like that much. It would basically just be like an overreaction of like, holy shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not like, and also Marvel was dropping a lot of projects. Like, there was a lot of trailer reaction content, right? And so that was really big. But then I was like, okay, guys, I'm done with trailer reactions. I think I did one other trailer reaction this whole, like, 2024. I think I've done one other one, which was Deadpool and Wolverine trailer reaction because it was during the Super Bowl. So I did that. This is the only other trailer I've reacted to, and I was so dead set on wanting to make this fucking video. I was like, "Oh my god, so excited for this movie. I gotta make a video about it. They gotta make a thoughts video about it. Gotta, you know what I mean? Just gotta get my voice out there for Mickey 17. Like, I'm trying to get to the premiere and talk to Robert Pattinson for real. So I'm like, let me start the coverage. Gosh, this trailer didn't drop till fucking 9 p.m. yesterday, or like 8:20 8. It dropped at like 8:18 or 8:13 or something because it was like 17:17 military time. I was like, ha ha ha, so cool. I was sitting on my desk all day waiting for this trailer to come out, and I was so pissed off all day. But um, it came out and it lived up to the hype, man. It was great. Robert Pattinson's voice as Mickey, I think his name is Mickey. I don't know what his like real name is. Is it Mickey? I haven't read the book, by the way, so I don't know. But yeah, his voice is so good. I literally, you could see in my trailer reaction, the second he starts talking, I have a smile on my face because I was so happy. I was just like, we got weird ass Robert Pattinson back. Robert Pattinson's basically going to be having sex with himself, which is apparently like the whole thing. You know that scene where Naomi Aki is like squeezing the cheeks of him. Apparently, that's there. He's hitting himself, like, he's hitting that as in himself, and, like, it's insane stuff, and then I didn't know much about the concept of this movie, so I didn't know that, like, it's about a duplicate or a multiple that survives, and so when that happened in the trailer, it's like, "Holy shit." I'm not gonna lie to you, though, it's Bong Joon-ho, so I've trust. I feel like there's gonna be something from this movie that I don't know about that's gonna happen because obviously I haven't read the novel. If that was a twist in the movie, I would have lost my shit in the theater because that's such a cool thing of like, oh, like he thinks he's gonna die. I thought the twist is gonna be like, oh, he's on his last life, but he wants to stay alive. Like, I feel like that's the most like generic thing to do, which is obviously why I thought of it. But obviously the multiple thing, and then it's like maybe him spending time with himself. He's like, oh, like I do want to live or something like that. And I don't think the movie will end on some sympathetic note. Bong Joon-ho isn't known for his sympathetic endings, but yeah, I am very excited to see where, what they cook up with Mickey 17. It's every square inch of this trailer looked gorgeous. And then yeah, Robert Pattinson's voice as well. It's just he cooked. But yeah, I mean that wraps up everything I had planned for this live stream. Having sex with himself like that Dennis scene from It's Always Sunny. Yeah. I actually just tapped into It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia very recently. But yeah, I mean, if y'all have any questions, drop them in the chat. We can talk if you guys have some things you want to talk about. But if not, I'll probably wrap it up soon. We just hit the hour mark, but yeah, I mean, this was really fun. I always love doing live streams. We'll see how many people watch this on replay, if people enjoy this one. I had a lot of fun. Um, yeah, I mean, as long as there's topics to talk about, I'm always here for a live stream. I'm always here to always talk about new things. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I always end live streams on like what's coming up. I have the piece by piece review coming out very soon, probably within the next 2 or 3 days. We'll do shorts, obviously today, tomorrow, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, when you guys know how it is. And then next week, probably Megalopolis review, I'm thinking. And then what else? Megalopolis review. I won't do a Wild Robot review probably. I'll do a short for Wild Robot, so that'll come out next week sometime. And then TIFF shorts are still coming out. I reviewed all I literally the last day of TIFF, I recorded all of my short reviews and then I edited them all on the plane on the way home. So they're all ready. They're just rolling out day by day. And then I'm thinking of doing a Baby Girl review or Eden review. I think if I still have my Eden file, I might have deleted it actually, but if I have my Eden file, I might go ahead and drop that review. We'll see how everything is though. But yeah, that wraps up the live, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining up today. And we'll be back maybe next week, maybe the week after. If you guys want me to do more live streams, just let me know. But yeah, thank you guys for tapping in, and I'll see you guys very soon.